Assalamualaikum and a good day. My name is Nuril Hazikah and I will begin this presentation with the background of the study. The reason why we begin to do this research is to study about the mental health experiences and support system during COVID-19 pandemic among university students. Back in December 2019, the coronavirus disease outbreak has become a global disaster in many countries. Because of the outbreak, it has triggered a global health crisis which results in closing down of many institutions where people are told to be at home. Students have gone from going to physical classes to studying online because of the pandemic. The rapid transitions of the COVID-19 pandemic gives impact on students and lecturers in education institutions. Most countries have to adjust to new ways of teaching which gives students more pressure for their studies. During the lockdown, students experienced few mental health problems such as anxiety because all teaching and learning platforms were virtual. Other mental health problems include stress and depression because they have to combine studying at home with other family problems.
Hi, I'm Sabrina and I will be presenting on the problem statement. This research paper aims to evaluate the association between students' level of mental health with experiences and support system during COVID-19. As we know, COVID-19 has made university students facing difficulties where it has gotten more complicated than before due to a variety of circumstances including their mental health. In particular, it is vital to take action by carrying out research that examines the relationship between students' experiences and mental health among university students. Due to a rapid transition to online learning, there has been a spike in mental health concerns among university students due to this pandemic in terms of what they have experienced. It is essential to conduct an analysis of the association between support systems and mental health among university students during the COVID-19 pandemic. Switching to online learning too quickly can cause a student to struggle, especially in terms of staying involved with other students and peers throughout the semester as they did before COVID-19.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Hanis Nabila and I will share with you about the research objective and also research question in our research. First, for research objective are to measure the level of mental health among university students, to identify the association between student experiences and mental health among university students. The last research objective is to determine the relationship between students' support system and also the mental health among university students. For the research questions, there also have three questions, which is what is the level of mental health among university students? What is the association between students' experiences and mental health among university students? And also, what is the relationship between the student support system and the mental health among university students?
I will explain about the relationship between students' experiences and mental health. Problems that students experience such as sudden fast changes of the learning pattern, students family members being affected with COVID-19 virus and students who face financial hardship because of the outbreak which makes them worry about not being able to pay the tuition fees are among the contribution factors that can lead to affecting their mental health.
A study shows that social support has a significant correlation with mental health among students. This is because the finding of the study shows that the different approaches of peer support were found to be actually equivalent to diverse levels of depression and anxiety. Next, family support appears to be one of the student support system as students interact more with family compared to their friends. Besides, financial support helps students with money problems avoid feels isolated or lonely, or like they cannot afford to do things they want to do since they have no money. Lastly, technology reduce student physical activity, increase risk of depression, and lower their well-being. So, IT support helps students by giving benefit from using web-based intervention system to help them with time management and study skills.
The purpose of this study is descriptive and research as it is done to determine the relationship between student support system and mental health among university students during pandemic COVID-19. In this study, support systems such as family support, lecturer support, peer support, IT support and financial support will be investigated to know whether those are linked with the level of mental health among university students.
The type of investigation for this study is a correlation relationship. This study uses 5 variables which are transformation of online distance learning, students' isolation, social support, financial support, and information technology support that move simultaneously with dependent variables, which is the mental health.
In Chapter 3, I will review about the study setting and also unit of analysis. For study setting, it is very important in a research study. The nature, context, surroundings, and logistics of the study setting may have an impact on how it is done. The study of mental health among university students started in a non-conjunctive context as it was conducted in a natural setting, and the research was conducted among UiTM Puncak Alam students to identify the correlation relationship relating to students' mental health. For the unit of analysis, it is the basic entity or subject about which judgments are based on an analysis for which data has been collected. The unit of analysis is determined by the efforts to explore more about or understand a certain situation. The most important unit of observation is specifically among UiTM Puncak Alam students. The purpose of this research is to determine the elements that are connected with the relationship of mental health among students at UiTM Puncak Alam. As a result, students were given a set of questionnaire that could be used for the data analysis. This will assist in understanding the correlation relating to mental health among students and finding possible solutions.
The time horizon identified in this research study is single cross-sectional design. It is because the data is only collected once from one specified population, which is semester 6 students from the Faculty of Health Sciences in UiTM Puncak Alam.
Population refers to the individual who will be examined or served as part of the study. The term population also refers to the total group of individual, event or item of interest that researcher desire to explore. The population of the study are the semester 6 students from Faculty of Health Sciences in the Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Technology, Bachelor of Medical Imaging, Bachelor of Environmental Health and Safety, Bachelor of Physiotherapy, and Bachelor of Work Ethic Rehabilitation. The respondents are all taken among students in UiTM Puncak Alam.
A sample size is a subset of a selected population to ensure that there is enough data to draw a conclusion. For this study, the sample size is 148 students from the Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Technology, Bachelor of Medical Imaging, Bachelor of Environmental Health and Safety, Bachelor of Physiotherapy, and Bachelor of Work Ethic Rehabilitation.
The sampling technique used in this research is stratified random sampling. It is because a population is sampled using the stratified random sampling technique, which divides the population into subgroups of each courses and randomly selects respondents from each of the subgroups. Based on our results for data cleaning, there is no missing value detected because all the respondents answered all the questions given. There is also no recode needed because this study does not mix negative and positive statements in a set of the questionnaires. There are 148 respondents that participate in this study. The respondents are required to provide background information which includes gender and program. By referring to the table, 68 respondents are male while 80 respondents are female. As for the program taken by the respondents, 22 respondents are from Bachelor of Nursing, 25 from the Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Technology, and 19 respondents from the Bachelor of Medical Imaging. In addition, 37 respondents from the Bachelor of Environmental Health and Safety, 20 from Bachelor of Physiotherapy, and 25 from Bachelor of Work Ethic Rehabilitation. From the profile of respondents, it shows that all selected courses from Faculty of Health Sciences took part in the questionnaire.
Normality result is to determine whether the data collected is in normal distribution or not. The normal range of normality result is between negative 1.82 to 1.82, indicating that the data is normally distributed. Table shown that the normality result between all variables of the study, which are transformation of online distance learning, student isolation, social support, financial support, IT support, and mental health. Based on this table, it shows that both independent and dependent variables have a normal distribution of data. It is due to the value of kurtosis and squeakiness obtained in this variable to be not less than negative 1.82 and not more than 1.82.
Reliability analysis is a way to examine the consistency of the set of measure. All 6 variables in this study are tested using Chrombar Alpha, which is the most commonly used in the measuring internal consistency. As a rule of thumb, reliability value greater than 0.6 is considered acceptable. Beside me is the result of the reliability analysis. As all of the variables have internal consistency coefficient of 0.6 and above, it shows that the variables used are all statistically reliable.
Now, I will be presenting on the overall mean and standard deviation. So, there are 1 dependent variables and 5 independent variables. Starting with the overall mean for transformation of online distance learning, which is 3.59, and the standard deviation was 0.68. The minimum and the maximum option for these variables are 1 and 5 respectively. Next, the mean and standard deviation for students' isolation was 3.26 and 0.69 respectively, where the minimum and the maximum option are 1 and 5. For the third IB, social support, the mean will be 3.71 and the standard deviation is 0.67. The minimum and the maximum option were 2 and 5 respectively. For financial support variables, the mean and standard deviation were 3.64 and 0.74. For the last IB, which is IT support, the mean will be 3.49 and the standard deviation is 0.74. The minimum option chosen was 2 and the maximum was 5. For the DV, which is mental health, the mean generated is 3.14 and the SD is 0.65. The minimum and the maximum number of options chosen by respondents are 2 and 5 respectively.
In chapter 4, I will review about relationship analysis, person correlation. The correlation analysis determines whether and to what degree a relationship exists between 2 or more quantifiable variables. In this study, correlation analysis is used to measure the relationship strength between the dependent variables, which include mental well-being among first-year students, and independent variables, which include the online learning implementation, academic workload, social support, financial problems, and also social media usage. As shown in table 4.12 in our research, the summary of the Pearson correlation analysis result between independent variables and the dependent variables. The result shows the SIG F change is 0.000, which is less than 0.05 of the p-value, which implies the linear model is significant or overall valid. Regarding the results of the correlation, it shows the significant value of all independent variables are the same, which is less than 0.01, and as the result of Pearson correlation, it implies the transformation of online distance learning are 0.393 has a positive relationship with mental health as well as student isolation, which is R 0.449, social support 0.365, financial support 0.424, and IT support 0.401. These significant values show correlation with this study. And also, this relationship is significant at the 0.01 level. Taken together, all of the factors that show a positive and strong significant relationship between the independent variables and also the dependent variables.
The result shows that the significant F change is 0.000, which is less than 0.05 of p-value, which indicates that the linear model is significant or overall valid. It indicates that the significant value of transformation of online distance learning, students' isolation, social support, financial support, and IT support. In these results, it can be concluded there are only two factors that significantly affect the mental health among the students, which are the students' isolation and financial support, due to the significant value for both factors is less than 0.05 from the p-value. From these two factors that significantly affect mental health among the 6th semester students isolation is considered as the most influential factor that contribute to mental health, as the absolute beta value is the highest as compared to financial support.
As we want to conclude, this study shows the COVID-19 pandemic's effects on students in the 6th semester of the Faculty of Science. University students now have to deal with challenges that are more complicated than before, driven on by a variety of factors, including their mental health, thanks to COVID-19. Previous research highlighted the impact of COVID-19 on students' stress and emotional issues. And the result of this study shows the importance of more research into university students' mental health during the COVID-19 outbreak. Based on the finding in Chapter 4, it can be concluded that there is weak negative continuously link between students' experience during COVID-19 with their support system during COVID-19 and their mental well-being. This means that when students ask for help, maintain lines of communication open with lecturers and friends, and accept help from others when they need it, their mental health problems will lessen. Likewise, as the independent variable or social support rises, so will their problems with mental health. That's all from me. Thank you.